A missing child, a grieving family, and a stranger who walked into their lives with the perfect story, or so it seemed. But what happens when the person you welcome as your lost son turns out to be a master manipulator? This isn't just a story of deception, it's one of the most shocking cases of identity theft in modern history. This is the story of Frédéric Bourdin, the man who impersonated over 500 identities, including missing children. And somehow, he got away with it. Multiple times. Time code 0000450. Visual cut to title screen. Title: The Chameleon. The Bizarre Crimes of Frédéric Bourdin. On-screen text. Title of the video. Frédéric Bourdin was born in France in 1974. From a young age, he showed a flair for the dramatic and for lying. He told tall tales, created fake personas, and even faked his own abuse stories to authorities. But this wasn't just teenage rebellion. This was the beginning of a decades-long career in deception. By his early 20s, Bourdin had already adopted dozens of false identities. He pretended to be orphans, refugees, and victims of abuse. His targets? Mostly shelters, schools, and social services. And bizarrely, it often worked. Why? Because Frédéric had a secret weapon. He knew how to manipulate emotions. He could cry on command, mimic accents, and play the role of a vulnerable child or teen so well even trained officials were fooled. But his most infamous con came in 1997. A 13-year-old boy named Nicholas Barclay had gone missing in San Antonio, Texas, 3 years earlier. There were no strong leads. The case had gone cold. Then, a call came in from Spain. Authorities said they'd found a traumatized teenager claiming to be Nicholas. He said he had escaped from a child sex trafficking ring, had been taken across Europe and wanted to go home. Enter Frédéric Bourdin. Yes, he was pretending to be Nicholas Barclay, despite looking nothing like him. Different eye color, different accent. He was 7 years older, but shockingly, Nicholas's family accepted him. How could they believe him? Grief, hope, desperation. Sometimes the mind will do anything to avoid the truth. Bourdin lived with the Barclays for months. He was enrolled in school, gave interviews, and even appeared on television as the miraculously returned Nicholas. But cracks started to show. A private investigator noticed the eye color mismatch. A forensic expert flagged inconsistencies in ear shape, and the FBI started asking questions. Eventually Bourdin confessed. He wasn't Nicholas. He never had been. When the truth came out, the world was stunned. How could a 23-year-old Frenchman convince American authorities, the FBI, and a grieving family that he was a missing Texas teen? But here's the twist. Frédéric Bourdin claimed that the family knew he wasn't Nicholas, and accepted him anyway to cover up a dark secret. He implied they may have known more about the real Nicholas's disappearance than they let on. The accusation rocked the case, but nothing was ever proven. Bourdin was sentenced to 6 years in a U.S. prison for passport fraud and perjury. But did that stop him? Not even close. After his release and deportation to France, Bourdin kept going. He impersonated more teens, including a 14-year-old French orphan, when he was in his 30s. He was arrested repeatedly, exposed in the media, but somehow kept slipping through the cracks. He used the same tactics: fake names, sob stories, and an uncanny ability to act like a terrified, abused child. By some counts, he assumed over 500 false identities across Europe. Authorities nicknamed him the Chameleon. Today, Bourdin claims he's left that life behind. He's married, has children, and says he regrets what he did. But he also admits lying gave him a sense of identity he never had growing up. For him, it wasn't just about the con, it was about belonging. Psychologists have labeled him a compulsive imposter. Some even say he's addicted to becoming other people. But the question remains, was Bourdin a predator, a broken soul, or something in between? In a world where identity is everything, Frédéric Bourdin reminds us how fragile it really is. He didn't just steal names, he stole lives, trust, and innocence. But the most terrifying part? He showed us how easy it can be. Like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories. Who should we cover next?